So this is the second problem that what we are going to do. Okay, in the second problem, we got the data. Fine. We have read the problem here. What was the second problem? The second problem, he asked to calculate the value of the bond. He asked us to calculate the value of the bond. In that, he has given us a rupees 1,000 par value bond bearing a coupon rate of 14% with a maturity period of 5 years. The required rate of return on the bond is 13%. What is the value of the bond? So once we have summarized the data, so what is the given data we have? That is a par value 1,000, coupon rate 14, maturity 5 years, and next the required rate of return is 13%. Now, how to calculate the value of the bond? For that, first we need to find out what interest amount. Okay, what is the interest amount? Here you can see the interest amount. You can see the interest amount. Interest can be calculated par value into coupon rate. Interest amount will be what? Par value into coupon rate. What is the par value? 1,000. Coupon rate is 14. Okay, coupon rate is 14. 14 into 100. Okay, 14 into 100. Then this is the interest amount that what we're going to get every year. So here I have wrote for the first year 140, second year 140, third year 140, fourth year 140, fifth year 140 rupees. Okay. On the fifth year, because the maturity period is a 5 years, on the fifth year itself, I am going to get the principal amount back to me. Okay, I need to surrender the bond, and the fifth year I'm going to get that 1,000 rupees back here. Okay, 1,000 rupees back in the fifth year. So this is the interest amount that what I am going to get. So we will call it as present value of cash flows. Fine. Sorry, this is in the cash flows. Fine. Then we need to multiply this with a present value factor, PV factor. Okay, PV factor at the rate. What is my required rate of return? It is 13%. So the PV factor will be what? It will be 13%. Fine. It will be a 13%. This is the interest amount that what I have calculated. Every year I'm going to get 140, 140, 140, 140, 140. On the end of the fifth year, I am also getting the 1,000 rupees back. Okay, I am surrendering the bond because the maturity period is a 5 years. After that, I'm going to get the principal amount what I have paid to the company that I'm going to get in the fifth year. Now, what is the PV factor? Okay, because my expectation is 13%. I want to earn minimum 13% on my investment here. Okay, so what I am taking a PV factor here. So how to calculate the PV factor? This is also come under working notes. So calculation of PV factor. Calculation of PV factor. PV factor at the rate 13%. Fine. So for the first year, what will be the formula? The formula is 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. This is the formula. Okay, this is the formula for the PV factor. So for the first year, what will be PV factor? See, r is equals to 13%. Okay, n is equals to year. Fine. So 1 divided by 1 plus r is what? 13%. That is 0.13 to the power of 1. Because of the first year, so power of 1, n is equals to 1. The end of the second year that will be 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 2. On the third year, it will be 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 3. Okay, and on the fourth year, that will be 1 divided by 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 4. On the fifth year, that will be 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 5. Okay, tell me what will be the figure here. So how to calculate this? First, in a calculator, you type 1 first. Then divided by 1.13. You will get an answer. Tell me what is the answer here.
0.884, sir.
0.884. Okay, then what you do, you just press into button and is equal
0.783, sir.
0.783. Okay, the next one
0.693.
693. Okay, the next
Oh shit.
0.613.
613. Okay, okay, the last one
0.542.
0.542. Okay, this whatever the data or whatever the PV factor is there, you can also get it from the PV factor table. Okay, PV factor table rupee 1, you will get the same figures here. Okay, but we are calculating here. Okay, what will happen sometime if it is 12.5, then you won't get in a PV factor table. Okay, it won't come, but I'm saying you that we should be try to find out the figures through formula only, so that it will be helpful for you and it will be better to presentation is also be good here. So this is the second what we have calculated all the PV factors at the rate 13%. So the for the first year it is 0.884, and the second year it was 0.783, and third year it was 0.693, and fourth year it was 0.613, and the fifth year it was 0.542. And what will be for 1000? What will be for 1000? For 1000 will also be 0.542. Why? Because of the fifth year we are also getting 140 interest, and as well as on the fifth year, at the end of the fifth year, we are also going to get 1000 rupees. So what we are trying to do here, we are trying to see what is the value of 140 that we are going to receive after 1 year. What is the value of that 140 today? Okay, that's why we will call it in a present value. Okay, cash flows. This is the cash flow that we are going to get after 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years, after 5 years. This is also after 5 years. But what is the value of that 140 today? That we will call as a present value of cash flows. So when we calculate the PV factors, after getting this PV factor, when we multiply that, then we will get the value of that. Example, tell me what is the value of 140 into 0.884?
123.76.
123.76. Okay, what do you mean by that 123.76? See, today if we have 123.76 in our hand and we have invested for 13%, after 1 year it will become 140. You got my point? So today the value will be what? Today the value is 123.76. Why we are trying to find out the value for today? Because today we are going to invest 1000 rupees. Okay, today we are going to invest 1000 rupees. So we will see whether we are getting the 1000 or not. You got my point? It will be, if we get 1000, then we will accept it. If we get less than 1000, we don't accept it. If we get more than 1000, then also we accept it. You got my point? So this is the value today what we have. We have 123 rupees 0.76 paisa. If we invest at rupees 13% interest rate, after 1 year we were going to get 140. So that is what we calculate. I hope you have done many problems in financial management also. Fine. Okay, tell me 140 to 140 into 0.783.
109.62.
109.62.
66. Okay. 140 into 0.
62, sir.
90,
Okay, 62.
97.02.
97.02. Okay.
85.82.
85.82. Okay, I'm recording this session. Okay, I will put this link to you also. Okay, tell me 140 into 0.542.
75.88.
25.88. Okay. 1000 into 0.542. It is 542. Is it correct? 542.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
Okay, can you sum up this? So tell me what is the total PVCF? 123.76 plus 109.62 plus 97.02 plus 85.82 plus 75.88 plus 542 rupees. Can you tell me what is the total value here?
One thousand 34.1.
1034.1. Is it 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 0, 1, fine. So now see today what I'm going to invest 1000 rupees. So what is the total PVCF? What is the total present value of cash flow? That is 1034. Means we have done problems on NPV, fine. In NPV, you know that how we will calculate the NPV. We will see that present value of cash inflows minus present value of cash outflows. If we get a positive figure, then we will accept the decision. If we get equal, then also we will consider that, or if we get a negative, then we will reject the decision. Right? This is what we have learned in an NP. Here also, we see that today we are going to invest 1000 rupees. And what is the today's value? That is 1034. Means the value is more than what we have invested. It means that you're going to get what more than your expectation. What is your expectation? Your expectation is what? 13%. What is the required rate of return? How much you are expecting here? You're expecting 13% because your cash inflows are more than cash outflows. It means that you're going to get more than your expectation, more than your required rate of return. Required rate of return. You got my point? Because your cash inflows PVCIF is more than PVCOF. Okay, cash inflows are more than outflows, then you're earning more than your required rate of return. If in the case, if your cash inflows is lesser than cash outflows, then it means that you're getting lesser than your required rate of return. Your required rate of return. If you got PVCIF is equals to PVCOF, then you say that you're getting exactly what you are expecting. Exactly what is your expected rate of return. Expected rate of return. Okay. Can we have a small brief here? We got a problem. He asked us to find out the value of the bond. So we have summarized the data. We got a given data that is par value, face value is rupees 1000. Means today, if you want to purchase that bond, we need to pay 1000 rupees. Okay. And what is the coupon rate? It is 14%. They are going to pay 14% interest. What is the maturity? That is 5 years maturity is there. Means after 5 years, we need to surrender the bond. So they will pay back us the 1000 rupees too, back to us. Okay. And what is my required rate of return? See, actually here you can see the coupon rate is 14%, required rate of return is 13%. And here you can take the decision here itself only. But it is not the question. It is the question that how to calculate the value of the bond that we are trying to learn. Okay. So that is why I have done all the problem. If not the problem here itself only, we can solve that because interest rate that you're going to get is 14%, but you're expecting 13%, which is more than that. Then you will accept the decision itself. But it is not that. We have to do the problem and find out what is the value of the bond. Your question was not there whether you are accepting or rejecting. He asked you to find out what is the value of the bond. Now here, the value of the bond is what? 1034. How to calculate? First, you need to find out what is the interest amount that you're going to get. Interest amount will be calculated on the par value. You remember that, okay? See, par value, it can also be called as face value. It is also called as face value. there might be a difference between par value, okay, and issue value. Issue value, okay. Par value might be different and issue value might be different. If example, if I said you that if 1,000 rupees bond, if it is issued for 900, then this will be a par value and this is the issue value. And the issuance, we called it as an issued at discount. Okay, issued at discount. If the par value is 1,000 and issued at 1,100, then this is we called issue value and it is being issued on a premium. Okay, sometime what will happen, the par value will be 1,000 and it will also issued at rupees 1,000 only. Okay, so what is the par value and issue value? Both are same here. In this case also, the par value and the issue value was same, that is rupees 1,000, because he has not mentioned anywhere that we have issued it for premium or we have issued it for a discount. He didn't mention here. So you need to remember one important point, that is whenever you are calculating the interest amount, it will be calculated on the face value and the par value, not on the issue value. You need to remember that it will not calculate on the issue value, but it will be calculated on the face value or a par value only. Okay, sometime we refer it as in a par value, or sometime it will also refer it as in a face value. So par value into coupon rate. What is the coupon rate the company is going to give? 14%, means 1,000 into 14%, that is rupees 140. So every year we're going to get a 140 here. So I clearly mentioned that for the next 5 years, I'm going to get 140, 140, 140, 140, 140. But you might have a question that why I have mentioned 5 2 times here. Because in the 5th year, I'm going to get interest as well as the principal amount back to me. Okay, whatever the amount I have paid, okay, to purchase this bond, I'm going to get on the 5th year. Then I have calculated the PV factor. PV factor will be calculated on the required rate of return. What is the required rate of return here? So required rate of return, how to required rate of return is what? It is 13%. This is my 13% is the required rate of return. What do you mean by that? It means whatever the amount I am investing, I want to get minimum 13% on my investment here. Okay, I want to get minimum how much? 13% on the investment here. So how to calculate? What is the formula I have? The formula is 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. Okay, then here r is equals to 13%, n is equals to year. So when I put that into the formula, first year 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 1, that is 0.884. How to calculate? In a normal calculator, first you need to press 1, then you need to press divide, then you need to press 1.13. You will get a figure. Okay, once you get a figure, then once again what you do, you just you press the multiplication button, that is into button, then you press is equal to, you will get a second figure. Okay, you need not to do all these operations. Okay, automatically you will get 0.783 for the second year. If you press once again, you will get this figure. If you press once again, you will get this figure. If you press once again, you will get this figure. Okay, so for the second year is what? This is 0.783, 693, 613, 542. This is the present value factor. Okay, present value factor, what I have done here? I have written down all the values. And for the 5th year, what will the present value? It will remain same. It doesn't changes. Remember that it is for the year. For the 5th year, I have taken n as in a 5 year. Okay. So what I need to take? I need to take PV factor for the 5th year, the same PV factor, that is 0.542. So when I multiply that, I will get a figures. Okay, what is that? 123.76, 142 into 0.783, that is 109.62, 140 into 0.693. Okay, 142 into 613. Okay, I will get all these figures. 1000 into 0.4542, I will get 542. When you sum of these, then you will get total present value of cash inflows, that is 1034.01. So this was a question. What is the value of the bond? He didn't ask you that whether you are accepting or rejecting. If he asked us whether you are accepting or rejecting, then in that case, what? I used to accept the decision by seeing this particular, what you call values, coupon rate and a required rate of return. But he didn't ask. He asked us to find out whether you, what is the value of the bond. So that is 1034. And I said you that, what do you mean by PVCF? PVCF is that what is the present value of that particular amount. For example, I'm going to get 140 in the second year. So what is the value of 140 today? That we will call as a present value. Okay, what is the value of 140 today? So today the value is 109. If example, if I have 109.62 rupees, then if I invest for 13%, then after 2 years, it's going to become 140. You got my point? So here, when we are comparing, we need to put all that into a single platform. If example, I'm investing 1000 rupees. I'm investing 1000 rupees. So that is today. Okay. And the amount what I'm going to get, that is a future. So what I'm doing, I'm converting that into a present. I'm converting them into a present so that I can compare. Can compare. So how I can convert that into a present? By PV factor, by multiplying with the PV factor at the rate, what is your rate of return? Okay, it might be a 13 or 14, whatever me. If I get 1,000, okay, what the cash outflows, PVC outflows, and what is the amount I got as an inflows, that is 1034, means this is present value of cash inflows. Now I will accept this decision. Why I will accept the decision? Because my inflows are more than the outflows. Okay, we have another formula. Okay, we have a 5 minutes remaining. Okay, what you do, you just join for the second session also. Mostly today we will complete this unit. Okay, I hope you don't have any problem. Can we continue the class? More 2-3 classes? Sindhuja, Soumya. Can we continue the class? Is it okay
Yes,
with you
sir.
people? Okay, right. So we are accepting the decision. Okay. The second is that we have a shortcut method. Okay, we call it a shortcut method. By using this method also we can do the problem. So for that, what we required here, we required a present value of annuity factor. Present value of annuity factor at the rate 13% for how many years? For the 5 years. Okay. So by this also you can do the problem here. What is the formula for that? What is the formula we have? So I will clearly mention what is the formula for that. It is a very simple formula. Like we have a formula called V is equals to C into PVAF. PVAF, that is for what is the percentage? That is a 13% for 5 years. Okay, plus M is in a maturity amount, that is PVF 13% for the 5th year. So this is the formula. By using this formula also you can calculate, you can find out what is the value of the bond. Here C means coupon. Coupon is nothing but interest. Okay, interest. And M is the principal amount. Okay, the par value of the bond. The par value of the bond or the face value of the bond. And these all figures are nothing but we need to find out what is a PVAF. Okay, at the rate 13% for the 5 years. We have two options. You can see the table. Okay, you can see the table, annuity table, and you can directly take the figures here. Or if not, you can calculate also. You can calculate also. How to calculate that? You need to calculate, that is the formula we have, 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n whole divided by r. This we call PVAF. Okay, PVAF. So what will be the r here? R will be 13% and n will be what? N will be 5 years. So PVAF is equals to 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 5 whole divided by 0.13. You will get an annuity factor here. Can anyone please simplify and tell me what is the annuity factor here? Okay. The next PVF at the rate 13% for the 5th year, only for the 5th year. Okay. So PVF for the fifth year is 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. That is nothing but 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 5. That is the figure we are going to get, that is 0.542. Okay. Can you please tell me what is the value of 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus 0.13 to the power of 5 whole divided by 13? 0.884, 0.7, 783, 6. Here the value will be 3.515. Now though, how to calculate the bond value? Bond value is equals to, what is the interest amount we have calculated, that is 140, into what is the PV annuity factor, that is 3.515, plus what is the principal amount that we're going to get, that is 1000 par value, into what is the PV factor on that fifth year, that is 0.542, means 542 plus 140 into 3.515, that is 492, plus 542, that is 1034.1. Okay, here you got 1034, here also you got 1034. This is how we will call this a shortcut method. By using the shortcut method also you can do the problem, I hope. Okay, this is the end of the problem. Okay, do you have any doubts? Like in a shortcut method,